What's going on, y'all? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment here again with another one. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, it's been a lot of comments that I've seen uh, in reference to Steph Curry and the fact that he's aging as well as the Warriors are aging right before our eyes. And to me, you have to look at what the Warriors have battled back. Okay. Now, I've gotten on Steph Curry a lot. You know, I've been critical of him in terms of getting it done, just like I give everybody else. I have to give everybody else the smoke. Like I've said time and time again, nobody's exempt from smoke on this channel. Okay. Nor on any other channels in the entire LDBC community, at least for the most part, the majority of them. Now, I'm picking this bone because people have come out and stated things such as uh, Antoine Walker. He came out and basically stated that Jordan Poole has been the best player for the Warriors in this series, uh, which I don't disagree with them. You know, I think Jordan Poole has been phenomenal, and on top of that, he's been phenomenal throughout the entire regular season too. You know, and the All Star bid that Andrew Wiggins had got, yeah, Andrew Wiggins, he did deserve the bid and everything, but a lot of people felt that Jordan Poole could have had that too. Okay, what's up with it, Alex? I see you in the building. Now, let's take something into account. Okay, now Stephen Curry has been able to battle back from injuries numerous of times. Okay. One thing I respect about Steph Curry is he doesn't make any excuses. He doesn't cry, much like Clay. Okay. What's up with it, Ted Cox? I see you in the building. And he still goes out there. And Steph Curry is a winner. Okay. Maybe he's not getting it done the way that you want to in your fashion, in terms of him being the type of player that you want him to be and everything. But yes, is he aging? Yeah, he's aging. It's inevitable. Okay, okay. He might look, you know, young in the face and everything, and still could pass for, you know, a 20-year old or so. But you know, at the same token, listen, you have to put yourself in Steph Curry's shoes. Okay, put yourself in Steph Curry's shoes. All right, they, for the most part, as an entire organization, okay, throughout the entire I'm saying the entire organization. And if you go back and you go look at the Warriors and how frequently they have been in the playoffs and also have been in the finals repeatedly, that is a lot of mileage. Not to mention the fact that you are also taking into account the uh, the success rate that they have had, you know, throughout the course of the regular season. They're winning in the style that they play. Okay, and Steph Curry doesn't take plays off. I mean, yeah, have I been critical of him? For last year when they were getting blown out and stuff, and he was sitting there laughing on the bench and stuff like that. Absolutely. But the one thing that you can't sit here and deny is the fact that Steph Curry, even though he's aging, he's still been a whole hell of a lot more productive than James Harden and a whole hell of a lot more productive. I mean, a whole hell of a lot more. Uh, Sorry about that, y'all. He's been a whole hell of a lot more successful than James Harden. If we're gonna go there, now look, Steph Curry, his resume speaks for himself. Okay, and yes, did he get criticized for adding Kevin Durant, and, getting adding a couple of more titles? Yeah, he did. Okay, but he made it work. That's that's the whole argument. They made it work. James Harden did not. And James Harden continues his game continues to regress, and that's because he doesn't work out at the rate that Steph Curry does. He doesn't take the game as seriously as Steph Curry does. Steph Curry is a married man. He got a lot more to lose than James Harden. Steph Curry, he's got children. You know what I'm saying? He got mouths to feed, and that's not to say that James Harden doesn't have other family members around him or anything like that. But you could tell the two different lifestyles that they lead. Okay, James Harden has he stays being inefficient for the most part. Okay, the James Harden that you once saw while he was in Houston in the regular season and then coming up short in the playoffs is has really regressed up to now, and you're seeing the fruits of that. You're seeing the proof of how not being in the gym, how drinking and partying, how you constantly staying up late night and you not being focused on your game, how it catches up with you in comparison to a guy like Steph Curry. Yeah, he's aging a little bit, but it's his aging is different from James Harden. Okay, and I know y'all probably want me to go into numbers and statistics and metrics and all that other stuff, analytics and stuff. Look, you could clearly see from the eye test that Steph Curry is doing a whole hell of a lot better than James Harden. Yeah, he might be tired. Steph Curry might Steph Curry and Klay Thompson and and Draymond Green and these other guys, they have an NBA type of exhaustion. Like it's an exhaustion from not taking plays off. It's an exhaustion from being able to bounce back from injuries, such as a Klay Thompson or whatnot. And we often criticize. See, if we're gonna sit here and we're gonna criticize these guys for sitting out, taking taking games off, making different excuses why you can't play, such as Zion and Jamal Murray and all this other stuff, then okay, we got to hold these other guys to the same standard. Okay, we got to hold these other guys to the same standard, and we got to keep the same energy too as well. Okay, now James Harden has consistently, as of late, had the issue with the hamstring that's been going on and stuff. But I find it funny that you had issues with your hamstring and stuff, which I know they do linger, and I will give you props for going out there with Brooklyn and going out there fighting it and still going out there playing and everything. But at the same token, cry me a river though, because then you get over there to Philly, you're still out of shape. And see, the thing about it, what you don't understand is that you're bearing that weight, and that's putting weight on your lower extremities. Well, guess what your hamstring is? It's a part of your lower extremities, and it connects with everything. But Steph Curry's not doing that. Steph Curry he was hurt. He was hurt earlier in the season, right? even was able to take a role off the bench and be able to say sacrifice for the betterment of the team, like the brother Ticket TV had mentioned, and he didn't complain and he still made it work. And that's what separates him from a guy like James Harden. If we're talking about aging, and you have some people out here that have Steph Curry as the number one point guard. Hey, look, I don't have no problem with anybody's opinion, and I can understand why some guys, they feel the way that they feel. Okay, now me myself personally, I don't have him up there. I don't have him up there as a number one point guard or whatever. But hey, I'm entitled to my own opinion. But what I am not going to sit here and do is put James Harden and Steph Curry on that same level in terms of aging, because you clearly see a drop off in James Harden game in comparison to a guy like Steph Curry. Okay, is Jordan Poole the best player right now in terms of his production and what he's been doing, and uh, as far as being that scoring punch? Yeah, it's an argument there, and we know Steph Curry had got the record, but he did go on a stretch a little bit where he was inefficient. He wasn't shooting quite like himself and everything. It happens. You go on a shooter slump, but he's still out there trying. He's still out there giving it 100. Whereas Harden, he sits there and he makes excuses and stuff like that. And this is the other thing that I don't get is, how is it that all these guys, and for all the trash that they talk about, Draymond and all the stuff that they said about him, because he's included too. How is it that all these guys, they've gotten hurt, but then been able to work themselves back and be able to get out there on the floor, such as Draymond Green, such as Klay Thompson, and even Steph Curry. And Steph Curry has dealt with this beast before. This ain't anything new. This is not nothing new that Steph Curry has dealt with. What's up, Robert Bruce? I see you in the building. Yeah, the Celtics had took a L. They definitely took a L, and I talked about that earlier. But it was a nail biter, and on top of that, Jason Tatum was very inefficient. Four of 19 shooting. That's not going to get it done. But getting back to the subject, though, okay, at hand. Why is it that Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, as well as several others, can bounce back and be resilient and come back and get back on the floor and play with no excuses or whatever? But James Harden always has an excuse every single where that he goes. And then on top of that, you got to look at the just the whole mentality between these two type of guys. Look, I'll take an aging Steph Curry. I'll take an aging Klay Thompson before I take a James Harden. Okay, because I know that Klay Thompson is going to work to do everything he can to get back in there. Now, is Klay Thompson the same player that he was, prior to the injury? Nah, he's not. But he's still working to get there, and I still got faith in Klay Thompson. He's probably going to have to. We're talking about 2 years, man, and we're talking about some injuries that some guys don't even recover from, especially you know, in the 80s and in the 90s and stuff like that. Back in the 70s and in the 80s and stuff, and big portion of the 90s, if you tore your Achilles tendon, shoot, that was pretty much the end for you. But then on the top of that, you combine that with the knee, him having the ACL, and on top of that, him missing a significant amount of games in basketball play and all that other stuff. But then you coming back in the regular season, now you playing in the playoffs. Hey, that's amazing. And you got to give your props to that. James Harden will, I put it to you like this, because I've never been the one to sit here and try to cap and say that I never second and third chances or whatever. Listen, this right here, like every other offseason, has to be the biggest offseason of James Harden's life in terms of what he's doing to work out and to come back and get better. Because if he doesn't, the league is going to move on. And the same style that you're trying to play that you were doing in Houston and that you were trying to do in Brooklyn, that's not going to work anymore. That's not going to work anymore. For all the hell that you know I was saying about Luca, at least Luca is at least buying in somewhat to what Kid is trying to preach or what Kid is trying to sell. James Harden is not willing to adapt. He doesn't have an adapt or die type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't. Steph Curry does. That's the difference between a champion. You're talking about a champion that's aging, and you're talking about just a player with a big ego that has all the talent in the world, but doesn't want to put the hard work behind it. Hell, when Giannis starts aging and stuff like that, we'll be talking about the same. We'll be talking about Giannis at the same magnitude that we will like a guy like Steph Curry. Hell, even a LeBron James. Now, let LeBron James, he was inefficient. Uh, he was shot jacking a lot of stuff like that. But the one thing that you can't say is that LeBron, he wasn't out there trying. He wasn't out there, giving his effort and everything. And no matter how you may see the way that LeBron did it, whether you see it, well, man, he shouldn't have been doing it that way. He always kept his body in shape and was always ready to go. You just now starting to see injury on LeBron. And James Harden, you look older than LeBron in terms of, how you're playing and stuff. You look older. You look like you could barely keep up with these guys. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, they're fighting, trying to chase guys like Bane, trying to chase guys like Derrick Brooks, and trying to keep up with a savage, relentless, and reckless, uh, you know, emerging superstar in Ja Morant. And you're playing young bulls. But see, when James Harden, he he can't handle a dog fight anymore. He can't handle the dog fight anymore. He can't do it no more. You had an opportunity to carry the team these last two games, just these past two games, without Joel Embiid. And listen, am I saying that you have to put up a whole bunch of points and make all your threes and step back and all that other stuff? No. But listen, I put to you like this: in 8 minutes of play, a guy like Blake Griffin inspired his team more emotional wise than what he does playing damn near 40 plus minutes and being turnover prone and being inefficient and shot jacking and trying to just worry about the refs and get to the line all the time. I'll take that before I take somebody that's going to be worried about himself. Listen, Steph Curry is not. He's worried about championships. Okay, and hey, this year if the Warriors are able to win the West and everything like that, Steph Curry will have an opportunity to make his presence felt. Okay, as an aging guy, you know, and when when it really matters and everything, I believe that he'll be able to bounce back and he'll be able to show people that he can capitalize in clutch moments. Okay, something that he's been constantly criticized over the course of his career. What's up with it, Jason Murphy? I see you in the building. But I mean, we gotta stop sitting here with these type of takes saying that, oh yeah, well he's aging and stuff like that. Aging in terms of what? If you're talking about aging, as a basketball player and just him just being here as a veteran, a seasoned veteran, yeah. I mean, I mean, what do you expect? Listen, he's not gonna get any younger. He's not getting any younger. But I tell you what, I guarantee you, Steph Curry's career will end a whole hell of a lot better, barring injury, than James Harden. I guarantee you that. James Harden can't keep up no more. And am I saying that a lot of people are saying that James Harden are washed up. You haven't heard that about Steph Curry. Nobody says Steph Curry is washed up. You might hear something like that about. I'm trying to think of some people. I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head. Well, some people have tried to say that about LeBron. They've said it about Westbrook and everything, but you haven't heard that about Steph Curry. You have not heard that about Steph Curry, and that's because he puts the work in. Like, and I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people really did not know how Steph Curry's career was gonna pan out because you have to go back. A lot of y'all just now starting to watch Steph Curry. Y'all haven't followed Steph Curry through his journey. I followed him through his journey ever since he lit Duke up at Davidson. Okay, but y'all don't know about stuff like that. And I was like, man, who is this guy? Is he even allowed to be playing college ball? Oh yeah, I paid attention to Steph Curry even before he was a Warrior. Phenomenal game. And what's even crazier too, is that he used to go to the rack a lot when he was in college too. I mean, he used to go to the rack, more so back then than he does now. I'm, I'm like Steph Curry is even more of a dangerous penetrator because of the fact that he has the handles and he's able to get in there and everything. But I'm not trying to go down that road in terms of fundamentals and skills and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? What I'm basically saying, man, is that I follow this guy, and this guy was a winner coming out of college, man, and his mentality in terms of him aging and stuff like that, it's like he's aging in a good way. James Harden is aging like, man, it's really sad to see. It's not sad for me to see with Steph Curry, because we also got to remember, what I'm saying, he just coming back off of an injury too. He's not sitting here bitching, complaining, holding his leg or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's facts, Tate Cox. Much like LeBron intended Zion's games, you know. And Steph Curry had actually went to LeBron's camp when he was younger. A lot of people don't know that. So I mean, we got to stop all this stuff. If you go look and you go do your research and you go look at James Harden in comparison to Steph Curry over the last several games, you tell me who's aging. You tell me who's aging. You tell me who's aging. Okay. You tell me who's aging. Because last time I checked, Steph Curry is shooting 43.7%. That's the last time I checked, right? Steph Curry ain't never shot in no 30s. Steph Curry ain't never been nowhere near leading the league in turnovers. That's the last time I checked. You know, when he played against Memphis, when he played against Memphis, um, he's from from uh, from field goal range. He's at 52.9. He's at 43.5. He's at 44.5. He's at 41 game and then 44. 3-pointer, he was at 41 one time, 45 one time, right? Okay. He had he's had a lot of, quite a few turnovers, and I know he's been getting criticized about that and everything. But they're in dog fights, and we're talking about a young team in which they're trying to keep up with and they're trying to run with them guys. He did a good job shooting throughout the month. Throughout the month of March, he was at 51.5% and he shot 41.4%. Okay. Now, you want to talk about James Harden, right? And you're talking about, oh yeah, well, James Harden, man, he's gonna be fine and and all this other stuff. But you're saying that Steph Curry is aging. Okay, why are we down in the series? Why are we down in the series? Or why? Or even though Memphis is fought back. Hold on one sec. Now, James Harden is shooting 4 of 11. He shot 4 of 11 yesterday. He shot 6 of 15 in previous game, 5 of 13, 7 of 12, 4 of 11, 5 for 17, 3 of 9, 6 of 17, shooting 41%. But y'all are saying that Steph Curry is aging, and on top of that, he was one of the top guys in turnovers. I think it was like he was second at one point in turnovers, right? So Steph Curry is aging, right? But James Harden, he shot 14% yesterday. He shot 20% from three, 40% uh, the previous game. Then he shot 38% and 28.6%. Just ridiculous numbers. He shot 36%, but Steph Curry is aging. And to make matters worse, he had 7 turnovers yesterday. 7 turnovers, 5 turnovers, 5 turnovers. But this guy is so good of a playmaker. But y'all saying that Steph Curry is aging. And I don't want to hear nothing about no injury because last time I checked, it was Steph Curry the one that was battling back from injury. Listen, in the month, let's put something uh, into its proper perspective here, okay? In the month of April, James Harden shot 36% and 27% from three. Okay. In the month of March, right? James Harden shot 39% from field goal range and 30%, 31% from three. But y'all call Russell Westbrook this this bad shooter and everything. In the month of February, okay, he went down from February. In the month of February, he was at 41%, and he was at 40% from three. Right, and you see how he has declined. He's not. He's not. He's not consistent. 27% from three in the month of December. But Steph Curry is aging. Steph Curry is aging, right? But see, y'all don't like to have these type of conversations. Y'all don't like to talk about stuff like this because you know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. We know that Steph Curry, hey, he has he been playing his best? Nah, but he's been better. He's been a whole hell of a lot better than James Harden, especially off the bench. Especially off the bench. Especially in the Denver series, he averaged 28, and right now he's averaging 25.5. And he's still and he's playing. Listen, this is another thing too. The last couple of games, we also have to understand too that the last couple of games he's been playing damn near 40 minutes, and that's because he was starting and everything. He got inserted back into the rotation, but I mean he made it back. He bounced back. Was able to he played his couple minutes or whatever, sacrificed for the betterment of the team, and was still able to give them buckets. Still able to put up 16. Able to put up 34. Still able to put up 27. Still able to put up 33. Still able to put up 30. But he's aging. Y'all better get a grip on what you're saying, man. And Jordan Poole, I stand by what I said on as far as Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, listen, he's been phenomenal this season. Jordan Poole has been phenomenal this season. Okay, everybody wants to say Jordan Poole is shooting 45% for the year. Okay, he's shooting 45% for the year. Whether you start him, whether he comes off the bench, it don't matter. He's still gonna get it. He's still it's the offense, but he also plays good defense too as well. Okay, also plays good defense as well. I don't listen. Does he play as good as defense as Andre Iguodala? I'm not gonna go there, but many people believe that he fits better, and not taking anything away from Andre Iguodala. Many people feel like he's more of a weapon offensive wise than what Andre Iguodala was. Okay, now the reason why you know you got to take into account what Jordan Poole has been doing. Uh, Now I think like where Jordan Poole had came on, and this is just This is just from observing him. Okay, I felt like in November you really saw, because in November he was averaging 20 points, and he was shooting 47.5 and 38% from three. You know, in December, uh, not his best month, but you know he was still productive and was still efficient for the most part. He had some inefficient games from three from the 3 point, but for the most part he was. Now, in it was man, when was it? It was in March. He was putting up 25. I mean, 25 points, 25.4 points per game. 12, 23, 23, 32, 20, 21, 30, 20, 29, 28, 26, 24, 20, 20, I mean 30, 24, 26, 25, 38. And this was in the regular season. 49% from three. I mean 44% from three, and 50% from the field. Damn near. He was at 49. Jordan Poole has been that punch. But that's not the point. That's not the major point of this video, okay? And I know some people want me to get on here and they want me to shit on a guy, all right, as Steph Curry. I'm not gonna do that. A lot of y'all shit on Steph Curry. I don't never shit on Steph Curry. Matter of fact, I respect the hell out of Steph Curry. Even though I'm critical of him, I respect the hell out of Steph Curry. Respect the hell out of him. And he's gonna work. He's gonna work just as hard as everybody else, because that's the type of dedication that it takes to be a champion. You might be undersized and all that other stuff, but it don't make no difference. It doesn't make no difference. Steph Curry is still going to be successful. He's going to be successful, man, and he's successful now. Now, are they going to win the championship? That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. But I'll tell you this though, they got a good chance. Memphis got a good chance too, but they young. But besides that, that's what I wanted to say, man. You know, if we're gonna sit here and you're gonna call a guy like Steph Curry out for aging, you gotta get the same smoke, or even worse, to a guy like James Harden. So make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit the notifications. Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment, man. I'll get at you later.